Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to Family and Finance. My name is Rose Joshua. So today we're going to continue our systemic poverty series. And I'm going to share my screen so we can jump right into it in parts 1. So today we're going to do part 4, which is how is systemic poverty maintained. In parts 1, 2, 3, we covered basically the overview that a small number, 20% of the people control most of the money, 80% of the economy, and is a pattern that repeats year after year and is enforced literally by mindset programming. And yeah, so today we basically ask the question, how does it stay consistent in pattern from year to year, from generation to generation? And so who maintains it? And the quick answer is we the people. So we the people maintain systemic poverty by basically accepting it as is and not doing much about it. So it was Napoleon Hill that said, no one has ever been defeated unless they accept defeat. And Bruce Lee kind of extended that by saying defeat is a state of the mind and no one is defeated unless they say yes to defeat. And so we're basically going to look at the fact that systemic poverty is systemic. I know that's tautological, but nobody is forced to stay where they are. So everyone who stays in the same spot for years and years and years, decades and decades, basically does so by a conscious or unconscious choice. So it's your choice that you remain where you are. It's your choice that you don't move forward because the system doesn't force anyone to stay in a spot. So really it's an individual decision. And in this series, we're going to show you how to break out of it. So why do people make the wrong choices? One of the biggest things is fear. We've all experienced fear in different ways. And some people say fear is false expectations appearing real, different acronyms. But fear literally cripples people from making a decision, from moving forward. People defeat themselves before they even get started. What if I fail? What if it doesn't go well? What if they laugh at me? What if this? What if that? So fear is the mother of all failure, okay? Everybody knows that fear hinders, but you've got to be able to, willing and able to fight it just so you can move forward. And there's a common result of fear. Fear leads to panic, especially for people who start a little bit late in life. Let's say somebody is new in the country, they come in at age 50, they feel like, oh my God, I don't have a lot of time to save for my retirement. And so they get into a state of panic, and panic, basically causes a lot of mistakes because then you rush into things that are not well thought through. So fear leads to panic, and panic leads to avoidable mistakes. Short-term thinking, and I have seen this a lot of people, short-term thinking is basically somebody not thinking far into the future, especially as it affects future generations. And I have seen a lot of that. So some people believe in, let's eat today, let's eat and drink today for tomorrow we die. Literally not worrying about the future, especially children. And that's really sad. So just failure to strategize the future and basically living for the now. It's a dangerous systemic poverty trap. Ego issues, just spending money to impress people you don't like, people who don't care about you. Keeping up with the Joneses, and you go buy a car because you never bought a car. You go buy some outfit because you never had it. Just keeping up with the Joneses and basically spending money unnecessarily. False sense of humility is basically, there's different points in the spectrum from one end to the other, and we're just kind of going around there. But a false sense of humility is somebody being kind of appearing to be satisfied or grateful. Some people decide not to move forward because, I should be grateful for what I have. Now, gratitude is one thing, but not attempting to move forward is a totally different thing. So the gratitude and satisfaction can be used as a mask for just inaction. Taking advantage of the system, wanting freebies, welfare mindset. Just having no goals, no targets, no plan. And where there's no vision, my people perish. Okay, so lots of systemic poverty patterns that we see. So when somebody has given in to systemic poverty, there's a lot of things that manifest and show in their life. So they basically give up. As you know, this is my life, this is my cross, I gotta carry it, stuff like that. We drop our dreams. Have you ever wondered when you were a kid, you had big dreams, like when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. When I grow up, I want to be a policeman, stuff like that. And then as you grow up and life happens, you give up. So that's really, just dropping the dreams really hinders one from moving forward. We give up on our goals and we quit. I want to make a point on the easy quitter syndrome. Easy quitter means you don't have the backbone. You have not developed the backbone, the muscles to face issues, face conflicts. Some people just hide when there's a problem and they run away when there's an issue. Or you start a project and there's problems, you go, oh, maybe it's not for me, simply because there's a roadblock. We've got to understand that there's roadblocks in every good thing. If you start a project and there's no roadblocks, then maybe it's not a good project. You know that basically the system would fight you from moving on a good thing. So don't be an easy quitter. Develop, muscles. And we're going to talk about that in part 5 a little bit more. Other symptoms of basically giving up, what we call systemic paralysis, just indulging, saying, oh, you know what, it's related to not having backbone, self-pampering, self-indulgence, or, I'm tired, I don't like tough things, and just being mentally self-pampering, self-pampered, right? Mental inactivity, not willing to learn new things. There's some people who have basically said, you know what, I'm done with school, I'm not reading anything else, I'm not studying anymore. But we forget that if we stop learning, our brain starts dying. So you gotta be willing and open to learning new things. Staying in a comfort zone is a big one, just being comfortable. For example, somebody says, you know what, I am making 100K, I have landed, and then you basically stay comfortable and not willing to try anything else. Now, what happens if that 100K job gets lost? Another systemic poverty topic, right? Not asking questions, living on hearsay. This is a big one. Just because your friend said something does not mean it is correct. And a lot of friends say things with vigor and energy that makes it appear to be true, but it's not necessarily so. So you've got to do research and, make sure that you have facts and figures and don't depend on gossip and hearsay and superstition. Superstition is a big one. Some people believe that, I don't know, for example, if I get insured, then I'll die. There's some people who have all kinds of superstitious beliefs that really, really, really causes systemic poverty. Having dependent mentality, we did actually mention that earlier. Constantly complaining. Oh, I didn't hear about it. Nobody tells me anything. Nobody shows me stuff. Just complaining. Why don't we stop complaining and just act? If there's something that you really want to do, just do it. Stop complaining, right? Always blaming others, not accepting responsibility. So it's a very long list of stuff that really hinders us. And so we spin in circles and we're unable to help ourselves. We're unable to help anybody. So we're dead while we're still alive. So systemic poverty, systemic paralysis can really destroy somebody's plans, somebody's destiny, somebody's purpose. And God brought us into this world for a purpose. So if you end up just sitting back, watching the system mess with you, and you don't fulfill your destiny, then you failed both yourself and your generations and the world and God, right? So it's time to actually think about these things from a holistic perspective and wake up from sleep. All kinds of financial evidence of systemic poverty. You see people spending above their means. That's like keeping up with the Joneses, not being disciplined in spending, erratic, and prioritization, incorrect prioritization. I want to talk about prioritization because some people actually have good money and they spend money, but they may not just spend on the right thing at the right time. So for example, just preferring to maybe spend money on a party, on expensive gifts, as opposed to investing in your child, for example. So just having that prioritization, spending prioritization is a really big one, right? No emergency fund, negative mindset, and the list literally is a long list of woes. Okay, so this particular part, we're really spending time on the negative things that people do that propagate systemic poverty for them. Okay, and so it's an individual thing. So if the above is your picture, is a picture of you, it's a cry for help, and help is here. So the reason we're doing this series is to really provide you with information that can say, okay, here's the picture, and how can we move forward from there? Okay, so this is the end of part 4, and in part 5, we're going to talk about how to bulldoze systemic poverty, and that's really how to come out of it for yourself. Okay, and again, it's an individual decision. So if you want to break free from systemic poverty, connect with me, Rose Joshua, 780-680-1334. And if this has been of value to you, subscribe and share this with your friends. This particular topic, today's part, is a difficult one to take because some people just don't like to be told the truth about themselves, and so sometimes is a bitter pill to swallow, but we cannot make progress unless we know what is wrong. And so today we've really touched things that could be wrong in somebody's life that can ginger us to say, okay, you know what, let's get out of this and make a resolution to actually move forward. Okay, so thank you so very much, and again, share this with your friends, and have yourselves a good rest of the day. And next part 5, we'll talk about bulldozing your way out of systemic poverty. Thank you.